Well, we mentioned the cloudy skies earlier. Drivers on the Mission Ridge camera don't seem to be bothered by the cloudy, threatening skies at times. What say you, meteorologist Clay Smith?
Yeah, so far so good here in the city, Calvin, but just off to our west, we're still tracking out some of that light rain. But I mean, it's been sitting here for the last several hours. So as it gets closer to Chattanooga in the valley, it's been fading away. That's kind of been the trend. Now, it does look like we are starting to get a few light showers here in the valley. So if you haven't had any raindrops yet, we still have a little more to come, and that's likely to eventually make it here into the valley. Now, not necessarily going to be a washout, mainly going to be some lighter showers, but as we kind of move off to the west, pretty decent rainfall rates across Jackson County along 72 from Scottsboro up into Stevenson and Bridgeport. Also some decent rain coming down in Monteagle, and if you're heading up 24, going to be some wet roadways. So just be mindful of that. And really, it's an active day across portions of the southeast. Again, a lot of holes in the precipitation, but there's some pretty good rain coming down in and around Atlanta, up towards Nashville, and then back into Arkansas and Mississippi. So again, you can see that batch trying to move into the Tennessee Valley. Will it get here before it fades away? I think we'll definitely have a little bit of light rain, but again, not expecting any heavy downpours this afternoon. Could have a few additional pop-ups as you're heading out the door a little bit later this evening. But again, wet roadways across portions of northern Sequatchie, Grundy, Marion, Jackson, and DeKalb counties. So if you're heading off to the west, just be mindful. Going to be some wet spots out there as you're traveling out for a nice lunch on this Friday. But here's your temperatures again. So if you've had sunshine, you probably notice exactly where that might be. It's a lot warmer. In fact, Athens, 79. There's been some sun peeking through. 75 in Cleveland, but the further west you go, temperatures in the lower 70s. So if you've been lucky enough to get some of that sun, you're likely to top out in the lower 80s. That's what we're going to see in places like Dayton, Cleveland, Athens, highs in the low 80s. And then the further west you go, temperatures likely to stay in the 60s along the plateauing spots, and the mid to upper 70s for those across northeast Alabama and even here in Chattanooga. So rain chances trying to slip in as we go through the afternoon, and then gradually tapering off as we head into your evening. And any severe threat going to stay way off to our west today across portions of the Plain States. Now that light green just indicates that we could have some thunderstorms, so there could be a few rumbles of thunder, maybe a flash of lightning or two, especially later on this afternoon. But here's your latest futurecast. Again, some of those scattered showers trying to develop here in the valley, and then as we go into the evening, again, notice how the rain just continues to kind of fade away as it tries to move into the Tennessee Valley. So again, we're going to have a rain around, but not necessarily a washout for your Friday. And then Friday night, mainly going to be dry. A few isolated showers can't be ruled out, but it is like we are trending drier overnight. And then going into your Saturday, of course, it's a big weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. We will have a few showers around throughout the day on Saturday. Again, very summer-like. You'll have those afternoon pop-ups. Some areas get rain, some don't, and any shower that pops up shouldn't last more than 30 to 40 minutes, maybe even less than that. And then by Saturday evening, we'll dry back out. And then for your Sunday, it looks like it's going to be quite toasty, but we are going to have a few spotty showers around. So again, futurecast rainfall, you generally under 1/4 of an inch. If you get under one of those heavier downpours, certainly could pick up over an inch pretty quickly over the next couple of days. And the humidity, it is certainly going to be out and about this weekend. I mean, look how close we are to that orange category, and that's summer-like there. But the good news here, it is going to drop off a little bit heading into the middle of next week. We also have a pretty good shot at running at 90 degrees here in Chattanooga on Sunday, which happens to be Mother's Day. So we haven't hit 90 yet this year, but it does look like Sunday could be our best bet so far. And as we take a look at that Mother's Day weekend forecast again, it's going to be hot and humid. We're going to have those afternoon storm chances continuing into Monday, and then we're trending much drier and just a little less humid moving into the middle of next week, Calvin.
Thank you, Clay.